Hey there. One thing that they don't teach you in any college or school is how to accept criticism, both publicly and privately. And as a startup founder with a lot of stakeholders, a lot of customers, and a public facing view, it was inevitable that I face a lot of criticisms, both in the public and private realms. And these criticisms are certainly revolved around things that I could do better, things that I've done wrong, things that I may perhaps be overlooking, and so on. The issue with getting criticism, and me, just I'm an average person, and just like an average person, I get affected when I perceive of the ways that people think of me, especially negatively, in this sense. And as entrepreneurs, I believe that we are self-critical. We think very deeply on each and everything that has happened in the past, and our ability to make decisions is perhaps one of the strongest suit of entrepreneurs, and something that we strongly rely on when it comes to making progress in our startup and making key decisions as well. And inevitably those decisions rely on your gut feeling and the self confidence that you possess to follow through with that decision and share that decision with everyone in the team and all the shareholders as well. Since we are critical, we inherently put a lot of stress on ourselves to, in a way, psychologically make us stronger in making those decisions and giving us more confidence to do so. On top of that, if you layer criticism, often unsolicited, often uninformed, and often sure they're coming from a right place, but maybe they're not placed in a way that is positive in nature. And so sometimes it does happen where I get comments or inputs or advice that definitely affect me, at least in the beginning, quite negatively. And it feels like I'm carrying a very heavy bag and somebody's just adding loads onto it. I think that's just a fact of it, and you just have to live with it. And as the years go by, obviously you get stronger, your shoulders get stronger, so you can bear more. But the weight that gets placed is definitely it. But I've been very fortunate to be on the receiving end of criticism from those people who I believe are really who are real well wishers, who care about me and my work. And so that having that feeling definitely does help, and having that sense that, hey, somebody is willing to give spend their time in giving their thoughts to it and sharing it with me, I think is in a way kind for them to do so, even if it may be hurtful for me. I'm very glad that they care enough to do that whenever I do ask for advice. So I think the best way to think about criticisms, especially public facing, so whenever I put videos or content online, I get comments, which may borderline be, negative or hateful or jealous or any of those things. It's hard not to get affected. And in your day to day life as an entrepreneur, you obviously go through a lot of rejection from investors, customers, stakeholders, and you just trying to put everything together. You're, as they say, trying to build an aircraft while the aircraft is flying and hoping it doesn't fall off or crash land. So I think those are my thoughts on getting criticism. And if you ever plan to become an entrepreneur, be prepared for it. Perhaps it's one of your test, or an important element of your personal development that you would undertake as being an entrepreneur, is being able to accept that criticism. I often think how public figures, public celebrities are able to take the amount of feedback, hate, thoughts, advice, comments that there is. I don't know how they do it. I'm starting to see why it may affect the mental health of all of these celebrities as they grow, as they gain more stature, as they gain more influence. They would inevitably be on the receiving end of this feeling of hatred and comments that come in their way, especially each and every element. So for example, I put out a video and somebody commented on the painting you see behind me, saying that, hey, it looks small, or it looks silly or stupid, whatever. I mean, it's it doesn't even make sense. I wouldn't even call it criticism. It just feels very weird to be just given a taste of what the celebrities go through each and every day. And I would say that, i- if you plan to be an entrepreneur, I think you should mentally prepare yourself to be on the receiving end of such comments, whether you like it or not, no matter how big you are. I don't think it's going to stop. I don't think it'll ever go down, but I think it could be used as a way to make yourself stronger and develop your personality even more. Those are my thoughts on getting criticism, solicited or unsolicited, uh, as an entrepreneur.